We are now on the 12th Sunday in Ordinary Time, and let me invite you for a short reflection. Let me focus our reflection today on the Gospel so that we can get a better picture of this story. In the Gospel, I have here the painting of Rembrandt about this story of the Gospel. The story is present in 4 Gospels, meaning this story is well loved by the early Christians. And you heard the version of Mark. The story is called The Calming of the Storm in the Sea. When you look at the painting of Rembrandt, there are actually, when you zoom it out, there are actually 14 people in the boat. And we ask, why 14? There are only 12 disciples, plus Jesus. It should only be 13. The 14th person in the boat is Rembrandt. So he put himself in the painting, which reminds us that the boat actually symbolizes the church, and we are all in this boat, and we are journeying to the promise of God about fullness of life, God's promise of fullness of life. We are journeying. There are 3 ways to understand the story, according to Bishop Robert Barrett. So there are 3 images that I would like us to picture. First is the sleeping Christ on the boat, Jesus who is sleeping while the storm is going on. Second, the disciples who were panicking, who were fearful, who were afraid. And then third, the image of the storm in the sea. So first, Jesus who is sleeping. How could Jesus be sleeping while a storm is going on? Paano makakatulog si Jesus sa gitna na isang malakas na unos at bagyo at malalaking alon? The sleeping Christ stands for that place of safety, tranquility, calm, and peace. That is the symbol of Christ sleeping amidst the storm. It symbolizes a place of safety, peace, and calm. Sumasagisag kung saan naroon ang katiwasayan at kapanatagan. Where do we find that place? Is it in the security of wealth, of job, of our homes, of our achievements? Is it in the security of our small world of hobbies and pleasures, whatever are those? If we can find all the security and happiness and peace in these things, then why is there a high rate of depression and anxiety in rich countries, like countries in Europe? That is just puzzling for me. For us Christians, that place of safety and calm and peace is in the presence of Christ. When Christ lives in our hearts and in our life, we can have real peace and calm, and we feel safe. And the presence of Christ is the only thing that gives us serenity, tranquility, and assurance, even in the midst of chaos, even in the midst of prostration and storms of life. Where do we find the presence of Christ? In the Holy Eucharist. In prayer. In prayer. Let us find the peace and calm in the Lord, in the Eucharist and in prayer. Second is the image of the disciples who are panicking, who are very afraid. Why were the disciples so afraid? Why were they panicking? Why were they so anxious and fearful? Because they have allowed Christ in them to fall asleep. Hinayaan nila na ang Panginoon sa buhay nila ay tulog. In other words, hinayaan nila na ang grasya ng Diyos sa buhay nila ay tulog. Sabi ng kanta ni Dari Valenciano, natutulog ba ang Diyos? Kuminsan mali yun eh. Nariyan ang Diyos sa buhay natin, pero hinahayaan natin matulog ang grasya niya sa buhay natin. There was an article last year, the title of the article, Depression Higher in Rich Countries. This was in 2023, last year. People who live, according to this article, according to this study, people who live in wealthy countries are more likely to be depressed than those in low to middle income countries. A new study of global depression suggests. I don't know if you agree with the opinion of this article, of this study, whether you agree or not. The more important question is, what might be the reasons? I would understand if the study says people in poor countries like Philippines and Africa are more likely to be depressed. That's understandable. That's justifiable. But what puzzles me is people in wealthy countries are more likely to be depressed. That puzzles me a lot. There are many reasons, but maybe one of them is because people in wealthy countries have forgotten about God. They have forgotten about prayer, about the Mass, about the sacraments. They have disconnected their life from the source of grace, from the source of peace and calm and safety and joy. When the disciples woke up Jesus, immediately he calmed the storm. Maybe we can learn something from this. When we get back to the source of joy and peace and goodness and love to the Lord, when we get back to our spiritual life, when we reconnect our life to Christ, maybe we can find again the peace, the calm, the sense of meaning and purpose. Finally, we end now our reflection with the third simple image, the stormy waters. The stormy water symbolizes a scary place That's why the disciples were terrified. The stormy water stands for a scary place, the place of death, the reality of death. Why were the disciples afraid? Because they were about to die. They were about to be swallowed up by the waves. It reminds us of what happened on the cross. Jesus took all the storms of life, including sin and death, including our fear of death. And as if after Jesus died on the cross, as if he was sleeping, and after his death on the cross, when Christ woke up, he rose from the dead, he took sin and death into himself, and in his rising up, waking up in his resurrection, he defeated death. My dear friends, this story invites us first to find that place of calm, peace, and safety. Second, if you allowed Christ to fall asleep, maybe it's time to go back to prayer, to Mass, to confession, to the Rosary, to recover our contact with God. And lastly, find comfort and hope and joy in the truth that even death, Christ went down to defeat the ultimate enemy, our ultimate fear, the fear of death. Find your peace in Christ.